A magical park day.
On a warm and golden morning, the sun shone brightly over the city park. Birds sang sweet songs as green trees rustled in the gentle breeze, and winding paths invited anyone who walked by to explore. It was going to be a wonderful day, especially for a lively boy named Alex. Alex was 10 years old, with short black hair that glimmered in the light. He wore a bright red shirt and simple white pants that looked comfortable for running and playing. Every time he visited this park, his face would light up with joy as he looked around at all the possibilities for fun. "Wow, look at this place," Alex exclaimed, eyes shining. "It's so big and green. I can't wait to see what I'll discover today." As Alex began to explore, he saw someone waving at him across the path, a girl who looked about his age. She had warm brown hair with neat bangs, and she wore a bright yellow dress covered in tiny flower prints that swayed in the breeze. Her smile was kind and playful. "Hi there," the girl called cheerfully. "I'm Mary. What's your name?" Alex waved back and ran over. "Hey, Mary, I'm Alex. Do you want to play together?" "Of course," Mary answered with a grin. And just like that, a new friendship began. The two children walked side by side under the tall trees. The park was alive with bright green grass, orange flowers, and the distant sound of a fountain splashing gently. Every few steps they took, they paused to admire something new. The way the morning light sparkled on the leaves, the way a little breeze tickled the petals of the flowers, and the way their laughter filled the empty spaces. "Look at that butterfly." Mary pointed excitedly as a blue-winged butterfly glided past. "Its wings look like tiny pieces of the ocean. Let's follow it," Alex replied, and they chased the butterfly across the grass, laughing as it danced just out of reach. Before flying up into the sunshine, when they finally paused, catching their breath, Mary giggled. "That was fun." "Yes," Alex agreed. "This park is full of surprises." And as they looked around with big smiles, Alex's eyes caught sight of a sandy corner tucked under a wooden bench. Something glimmered there, half buried under a layer of golden grains. "Hey Mary," Alex called. "Come look at this." "What is it?" Mary wondered aloud as she crouched down. With careful hands, Alex brushed the sand aside. There, smooth and round, was a colorful ball covered in bright swirling patterns, red, blue, and yellow, shimmering like magic. "Oh wow," Mary exclaimed. "A treasure." "More like a new ball to play with," Alex grinned, picking it up. "Come on, let's see what games we can invent." And so they ran to a green, open part of the park. The morning was perfect. The sky was bright blue and the grass was soft under their feet. Alex tossed the ball up into the air. "Catch, Mary." Mary laughed and ran forward, arms reaching up. "Got it." Back and forth the ball flew as the two friends played, their smiles never fading. Every catch felt like a tiny victory, and every throw was followed by a burst of joy. Suddenly, on one especially energetic toss, the ball bounced across the grass and rolled toward the edge of a small lake. Before they could stop it splash, it plopped into the water and began to float slowly away. "Oh no," Alex gasped. "Our ball. It's drifting too far," Mary said, worried. The ball bobbed gently on tiny ripples as it moved further from the shore. Both children stared, wondering how to get it back. "Let's look for a branch," Mary suggested. "Maybe we can reach it." "Great idea," Alex agreed. Quickly, they searched the nearby grass and found a long, sturdy branch lying under a bush. "Here, this will do," Alex said, lifting it. The two of them hurried back to the water's edge. The lake was calm, the sunlight twinkling across its surface as they carefully knelt down. "Okay," Alex said, "I'll stretch the branch out toward the ball. Can you hold the other end?" "You got it," Mary replied. With teamwork and patience, they eased the branch toward the bright ball bobbing in the water. The branch touched it gently, and slowly Alex guided the ball back toward the shore while Mary held the branch steady. Almost there, they thought, eyes fixed on their treasure. Finally, the ball was close enough for Alex to reach down and pluck it from the water. "Yes," he cheered, holding the wet, glistening ball up in triumph. "You did it," Mary laughed, clapping her hands. "That was amazing." The two new friends exchanged big smiles, proud and relieved. The ball glimmered in the sunshine as water droplets slid down its surface. "Let's dry it off," Mary suggested. "Great idea," Alex agreed. They wiped the ball on the grass and then began to play again, running and laughing in the warm morning light. Every toss, every catch, was full of energy and joy. After a while, as they paused to catch their breath, they decided to explore more of the park together. Winding paths invited them onward, and they followed one that led under an archway of green leaves. "Look," Mary whispered, pointing to a tiny beetle crawling along a flower. "Its shell shines like a tiny jewel." "This park is like a big treasure chest," Alex agreed, his eyes bright. "Everywhere we look, we find something new." And so they wandered on, sharing stories as they walked. As they rounded a corner, the sound of gentle humming reached their ears. Curious, they followed the sound to a big old oak tree with sprawling branches and a thick trunk. Sitting by its base was a kind-eyed gardener, humming softly as he watered some flowers. "Hello there," Alex greeted. The gardener looked up with a warm smile. "Well, hello, you too. What brings you to my favorite tree?" "We're just exploring," Mary replied. "This park is full of surprises." "It surely is," the gardener agreed. "And there are always new things to discover, like these seeds." He held up a small wooden box. "I could use some help planting them. Would you like to lend a hand?" "Yes," Alex answered eagerly. "That would be fun," Mary agreed. With careful hands, they dug tiny holes in the soil around the oak tree. The gardener handed them seeds for sunflowers, daisies, and tulips, which they tucked into the ground one by one. "You're both very kind to help," the gardener said. "When these flowers grow, they'll make this park even more beautiful." "That's what friends do," Mary said, brushing a bit of dirt off her hands. "Exactly," Alex grinned. "And this park is like a friend, to always sharing its beauty." When the seeds were planted, the gardener offered them a drink of cool water. They sat together in the shade of the oak, listening to the rustle of the breeze through the leaves and feeling perfectly at peace. "This park feels like a big, green adventure," Alex sighed happily. "I never thought one day could be so full of surprises," Mary agreed. "And there are still so many places left to explore." "That's the magic of sharing and caring," the gardener added kindly. "Every small thing you do together can grow into something beautiful." With bright eyes and hearts full of joy, Alex and Mary waved goodbye to the gardener. "We'll come back to see the flowers grow," Mary promised. "Anytime," the gardener replied warmly as he continued humming his gentle song. Together, the two friends walked along the winding park path again. The sound of birds filled the air as sunlight streamed through the green canopy above them. "I wonder what we'll find next," Alex said with a smile. "Me too," Mary answered, looking around. "Every corner of this park feels like it holds a new adventure."